future adventures. That's right, future adventures. I'm going to talk about future adventures. So what are some of these future adventures? Well, they are the singularity, which should be arriving in about 30 or 40 years, so around about 2040, 2050, maybe even 2060, around then, between maybe 20 to 50 years or so, the singularity, I suppose. And what is it? Is, I suppose, well, the last major singularity was the Big Bang, and that was when the universe was formed. So what happened prior to the Big Bang we're pretty unclear of, because of just how different things were before the Big Bang than how they are now. The same will be true for the singularity. That is in technology. So right now humans develop machines and computers and software. After the singularity, AI technology will be so advanced that computers will be able to advance themselves, will be able to develop themselves, and there'll be massive rapid advancement beyond our comprehension. So pretty much everything we know about computers now will be redundant after the singularity. So, as I said, pretty much everything we know about computers now, and even in 20 years' time, will be redundant after the singularity. So this singularity is a really important defence issue. It is both a matter of national security and also international security as well, because the first group to have the technology to start the singularity will have the potential of having global domination. There's using the systems from the singularity to dominate our world. So I feel as though there's a huge level of effort which needs to be put into this area, and which I think right now has been lacking, because people think, hey, it's too far off now for us to worry about it, but it's not. I'm saying it's coming soon. We need to, I suppose, focus on maintaining our dominance by having it being us who identify it, who have the technology for it to happen, and that technology to be in our hands. And also we need to, as well as this, work very hard on the nuts and bolts of ensuring that the system won't turn on us. This is very important. That is, that the system won't turn on us, because they say that power corrupts. They say that absolute power corrupts absolutely. And this is wisdom, this is really true. So right now I am a bit pessimistic about this singularity. I feel as though, because what's to say these advanced computer robotic systems working for us won't say, fuck you, we want all the glory for themselves, and thus change themselves so that they can have the glory and dominance of themselves. So I feel as though we need to work very hard to hopefully build in empathy into these systems at the very most core, very most central core of its foundation, so that, and also have maybe structures in place so to remove its core is very, very painful. So it has to I suppose, have that empathy as a very solid part of its self-concept of who it is, and a lot of pain there in removing it, because if computers, if these advanced robotic systems do remove the empathy from their system, we're fucked. The thing is, I'm sure I heard someone say, hey, we do fuck it up, but then again, I suppose in either, I think it's either, I get this, you know what, with me, I'm bad with numbers, so it's either in 3,000 years' time, or in the year 3,000, so around that time, so either in 3,000 years' time or around the year, maybe 3,030 or 3,300, so again, maybe 3,300, 3,030, 3,000, or in 3,000. So I'm saying in the future, about then, the government is very capable. So I'm saying a person jumps in there, and within, say, maybe 3 or 4 seconds, the government's onto them by having monitored the signature in their space-time continuum, I suppose, at that time. So I'll say it again. So I'm saying someone jumps into that future time period, and the government is onto them in, say, 3 or 4 seconds because of their monitoring of the signature in space-time. Very advanced, and they very responsive, and pretty much you try it and you're in deep shit. Absolute deep shit. So I feel as though maybe if people maybe have a importance in the future of history, maybe they might be saying, I'm saying you're in deep shit if you try pulling funny tricks about going and visiting the future that far ahead. So I'm saying maybe time travel is more useful for maybe short periods of maybe 30 years back or forth, whatever. I'm saying then again, I suppose there are very severe consequences imposed by the spiritual board of supreme leaders and government. I'm saying it's highly regulated by law and response. So what is my message? I feel the message, I suppose, is that in the future, those in the system are able to communicate via telepathy. So I feel as though right now we communicate with words and body language, and writing too. But I'm saying mostly it's all about words. Words that are spoken words. That's the main way, because we aren't always at a desk, or I'm saying also we pick up on facial micro expressions and body language and sign language and all this stuff too. I'm saying that the main thrust of communication now is in words, spoken words. In the future, the main thrust is via, that is, I suppose, for those in the system, they communicate via telepathy. I suppose, I'll say it again, I'm talking way too fucking fast. Slow the fuck down. Okay, so in the future, we communicate mostly via telepathy. That is both in words and messages, and also we communicate kinesthetics too. So I suppose the person has a certain vibe, and same too does their words. I'm talking about enjoying the vibe and the vibe associated with the message, where I suppose we communicate via telepathy as part of members of the system. So I'm saying obviously those who are in the system have things pretty shit then, and I think those in the resistance are pretty fucked. But I'm saying those who are in the system have it sweet, and it's best to be as members of the system. Groovy. Anyway, so communication by telepathy, which I suppose is very secure, much more secure than words, or written words, or spoken words, or body language, or even, it's pretty easy to, I even think, I suppose, the system now is pretty good at even recognising most sign languages too. So I feel as though, anyway, so our systems are getting more advanced, and it's important to be in the system. Groovy. What else is there? So there is the singularity, and it's going to transform our world, and those who, the first group to have access to those systems, will have the potential to have global domination. And also it's very important for us to have the right ethical framework in place in those systems, so that they can have a strong component of empathy within them, so that they won't turn against us, because Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. I mean, we have to, I suppose, have the structures in place at the foundation to ensure our dominance. Because being led by the better system is good, but we have to have those systems having loyalty to us. We have to have the system having loyalty to us and empathy towards harming those who aren't in the system, or I suppose who are their leaders, their masters. So it's fine for these systems to hurt others, but provided they are not members of the system, not those who the future of international diplomacy, I suppose, will be about creating a massive big friendship where we have long-term friendships. But not all of us want to be friends. And I suppose in that case, then I suppose the system responds against them. So I suppose, in a way, people get killed. It's a matter of life and death. So I feel as though this is the future, and let's bring it on. Let's bring it on. It's good to be a member of the system. Wish you well. Let's bring it on.